Good morning students. Welcome back to computer science class. Today here I am going to explain you about storage classes. Okay. This is a new topic of your syllabus. It is a storage class. What is the storage class and what is the use of that storage class and why we are learning today in a C programming this storage class we'll discuss in detail. Okay. Storage classes. In the name itself you have a definition storage. Storage means what? When you in C programming, what you will store? You will store a variable. So when you are storing a variable, where that variable is storing, and what is the use of that variable, and where you can use that variable. Okay, that will come under storage classes. Okay, storage classes defines two things. One is scope of the variable, and the second one is life of the variable. Okay, what information it will give? About two things it will give the information. One is a scope and the second one is a life. Already I have explained a scope. What is the scope of the variable? Three types of scopes I have explained: local, global, formal. Right? Scope is nothing but the area where the variable can be used. If you have declared any variable inside the function, then what it means? You can use that variable inside the function only. If you have declared any variable as a global variable, you can use that variable anywhere in the program. Okay, so what scope defines? The area, the boundaries where the variable can be used is nothing but the scope. Okay, the second one is the life. What is the life of the variable? Means if you have declared any variable inside the function, okay, that is a local variable. What is the life of that variable? The life of the variable start from when you open the brace of the function and it ends when you close the brace of the function. Okay, so that is a lifetime. Means but how much time that variable can be inside the system? Means it is for starting to ending of the program, or it is in the when function starts its execution, at that time only it will be loaded, and when the function completed its execution, that will be erased from the memory. That is called as the life of the variable. Okay, so this is about storage classes. What are the storage classes? Storage classes gives clear information about a variable. What information it will give? The scope of the variable and the life of the variable. Scope is nothing but the place, the area, the environment where the variable can be used. That is called as the scope of the variable. And when you come to a life of the variable is how much time the variable is in the memory. When it is coming and when it is erasing from the deleting from the memory is called as the life of the variable. Understood? So based on this, here in C programming we have four storage classes. Okay. First one is auto. It is a keyword, so you try to give in a lowercase. Second one is a external, and the third one is static, and the fourth one is register. Okay, fourth one is register. Clear? So here we have four types of storage classes. One is auto, external, static, register. Four storage classes we have in a C programming. Now we'll discuss about each and every storage class. Means what is the use of that storage? Just you take screenshot of this. What is the use of the storage classes and how to declare this type of storage variables? Okay, that we'll discuss now. Now here we'll discuss about the first storage class, that is auto. Here auto is nothing but it is the automatic variable. Whenever you have declared any variable without any storage classes, that will be considered as a auto variable. And the storage is normal in the memory only it will store. It won't use any particular register for storing this variable. And where will declare this variable? Maximum when you declare any function. In that function, if you have declared any variable without any storage class, that is called as a auto storage. What is the auto storage? Auto storage is nothing but it is the automatic. Automatic means if you have not declared any variable without any particular register, that is considered as a auto register, auto variable. Okay, like this, you can declare auto register like auto variable like this. Auto, name of the variable, name of the variable. So automatically, if you won't declare also, that variable is considered as a auto storage only. By default, auto is a by default. If you have declared any variable inside the function, and if you have not given any storage class for that variable, by default that variable is considered as a auto variable. And in whichever function you have declared that variable, the life of that variable is exists when the function execution starts, and the life of that variable will end when the function execution is over. Understood? So that is the auto variable. Auto variable is nothing but the variable which is not declared with any storage classes, and will declare this variable inside the function only. And what is the lifetime of this function? When the function started its execution, at that time the lifetime of that variable is started, and when you when you come to the end of the function, the scope, the life of that variable will end. That is the auto variable. So here I am giving two example. I will give example: void main a equals to 10, 8. Okay. So here I have not given any register. If you have not given any register, then what it is considered? It is considered as a automatic variable. And what is the scope of this? When the program execution starts, main function, this variable will be stored in the memory. When control comes out of this main function, the life of that variable will end. This is one example. The second one, here, instead of this, okay, that's first you write this. Next I'll give you one more example with the auto keyword. See, actually what is the syntax of the auto variable? Auto is a keyword, data type, name of the variable. Name of the variable. Okay, this is the syntax. Now we'll implement this syntax. Auto in same example. This is the name of the variable, and this is the name data type, and this is the auto keyword. If you won't give auto keyword also, by default that is considered as an automatic variable only. Okay, and what is the scope of this? When the program execution start, at that time this the lifetime of this variable will be started, and when you when you stop the program execution, that means when the function execution ends, at that time the scope and the life of that variable will end. Okay, so this is a automatic variable. Only one thing you need to remember: if you have not used any storage class, that is considered as a automatic auto. Clear? That is the first one. The second one is external. Okay, external. External means it is a external variable. External variable, what it means? The variable which you have not declared in your program. You are taking that variable from some external file. Understood? What is the external variable? You are not declared one variable, but you want to use that variable inside the program. So when you want to use a variable which is not exist in your program, that is there in another program. Okay, so such variable are called as a external variable. Okay, so here all external variable starts with external keyword. External data type of the variable A. Example, this variable I have not declared in my program. I am taking that variable from outside another file. Okay, so that is called as a external variable, right? External data type, name of the variable. This variable we are taking from some outside of your program. Clear? You write this. I will give you one example program. So here you can see the example. Two programs I have written. One is A.C and the second one is B.C. Okay. So Here include, this is a header file, and one global variable I have declared int x equals to 10. Next, it is a main function. From this point your program execution will be start. Next, in the main function I am printing x. Okay, this x I am printing. After printing x, I am calling a. Where is the a actually? A is in a dot c. A is in a dot c. In the a dot c, what I have given? X I have given. After printing x, it is incremented by 1. Okay, so now here first you will get 10. Next, a is executed. What is the output here? X plus 1, 11. Next 10 you will get. Not 10. First 10 you will get. First 10, next 10, next 11 you will get. Okay, here you need to remember one point. Here I have declared this x as a extern keyword. Extern data type, name of the variable. Okay, so what it means, this variable value we are taking from other file. Okay, so here this x value is taken from this file. Okay, so what is x value here? 10. So 10 is printed first. After that, the 10 value is incremented by 1, 11. So here after this function, when you print the x, it will print the 11. Okay, but here x value equal to 10 only. But in this program I have not declared the x value because a is external variable. Okay, yes sir, x is a external variable, and whatever value is there for that variable it is in a this program only. Okay, so when this program execution is there, that come to this file, it will print the x value, it will update the x value, again it will print the new value of that x variable. Only the thing is, you need to remember, in this program x value is not declared. X value we are taking from b.c. Okay, b.c, in the b.c x value equals to 10. It is this is declared as an extern, means the value of that variable is not exist. We are taking the value of the variable from the outside. Okay, so we are taking from an outside program. X equals to 10. Clear? So this is about extern. Extern means what? Outside. So here we are taking the value of variable from the outside, not in the program. Okay? Right. Take screenshot of this. Now here we discuss about one more storage class, that is static. Okay, what is a static variable? So here the static is nothing but static storage class here. What is a static storage class is? Before going into a static storage class, I will give you one example. Void main is there. Void main int a equals to 10, and I am printing a. So what happened when you print a? After printing a, sorry, I have printed a value. After printing a value of a, when the function brace is closed, the life of that variable will be over. Okay, so this is already I have explained in a auto storage classes. Okay, here I have not given any storage class, so by default it is considered as an auto storage. But what is the disadvantage of the auto storage class? When the function execution ends, the life of that variable will end. Clear? But I want to reserve some variable inside the memory even the function execution ends. Okay, so that type of variable you should declare as a static variable. Okay, what are the static variables? The variables which are declared as a static in the program, which remains in the memory even if that particular function is not executing. Okay, and the life of the static variable is equals to the life of the program. Okay, see example, in the program you have 5 functions. After executing the first function, will execute the second one, after the second one, third one, fourth one. So whatever variables you have declared in that function, that that variable will be destroyed when the function execution is over. But whatever variable you have declared as a static, that variable will remain in the memory till the program is closed. Okay, so that variables are called as a static variable. Clear? So how to declare the static variable? Using the static keyword. Static data type variable value. Okay, static data type and a variable. So here I am giving an example. You see, static data type int a equals to 10. See, example for static variable, if you have not initialized any value, by default the 0 is assigned to a static variable. Okay, so initially the static variable is holding a 0 as a value. Understood? So here I am giving a static variable value as a 10. So this 10 will remain in the program when you close your program. Means as long as your program is executing, this variable will be in the memory because I have declared that variable as a static. What is the life of the static variable? The life of the static variable equals to the life of the program. Okay, so this is static. The next we'll discuss about register. Okay, the next is a register. Register. What is the register variable? See, registers already have explained at the time of memory. See, example, this is your processor. This is executing instructions. When it is executing instructions, first it will see the primary memory, and it can see in the cache memory, or it can see in the registers. Okay, so here example, primary memory size is 2 GB, cache is the 520 MB, and here it is the 126. Example. Okay, what it means, here primary memory is a little bit big compared to the cache memory, and cache memory is a little bit big compared to the register memory. When you come to a performance point of all this compared to primary memory and cache memory, these registers are very fast because these registers are very close to your processor. Okay, means the processor can directly communicate with the register when it want to take any value. Okay, so but the thing is, in the register we can store only limited number of data you can store. Okay, register is also storage unit. Cache is also storage unit. Primary memory is also storage unit. Secondary memory is also storage unit. The difference is the secondary memory hold a huge amount of data, and primary memory hold limited compared to the secondary memory. Cache stores limited compared to the primary memory, and register stores a limited data compared to the cache memory. But when you come to the accessing of data, means how whenever the processor want to execute any program, first it will go to the registers, because and registers are, there is a direct connection between registers and your processor. So if you have declared any variable as a register variable, that is very close to your processor, and that whatever value you have stored in that variable, that can be retrieved very fastly. Okay, so here we will declare the register variable. Again, register data type variable equals to value. Give the example, register a equals to 10. Print %d. Okay, so here a is a register variable, means this whenever you declare this variable as a register variable, that variable will be stored in the registers. So when the processor want to execute that variable, or whenever the processor want to print value of that variable, that is immediately taken from a registers and that will be printed on the output device. Okay, so these are very close to a processor. As I already said, we have different types of memory, but one memory which is very close to your processor is registers. So if you have declared any variable as a register variable, that variable is taken very fastly from a registers and that will be printed. Understood? So this is about your storage classes. What are the storage classes? Storage classes defines what is the scope where that variable can be used and how much time that variable can be in the memory. Okay, so how many types of storage classes we have? 4 storage classes. One is auto. By default, if you have not given any storage classes, by default that variable is considered as a auto variable. The second one is the extern. If you want to take a variable from any other program, then we'll declare that variable as the extern. Okay. The third one is static. If you want to store any variable in the memory throughout your program execution. Okay. So that you can declare variable as a static. Okay. Now come to the fourth one is the register variable. If you want to execute a variable, if you want to store variable as a register, means what it means that that variable is executed very fastly compared to all the remaining registers. Okay. So this is about your storage classes. Okay. Understood? Thank you.